What's going on, Aurora Alliance, and welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. In this video we're going to be talking about the possibility of Battlefront 2 eSports, which could involve competitive game modes and playlists, as well as competitive eSports tournaments. Before we get fully into this video, let me know down in the comment section below if you would like to see eSports in Star Wars Battlefront 2, and if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to be kept up to date with all things Battlefront 2. But now let's get into the topic of this video. So a couple of EA games do already have eSports implemented into them, like Battlefield 1, Madden and FIFA. These are all EA games which have some form of eSports in them. Madden 18 has the Championship Series, FIFA has its Interactive World Cup and Ultimate Team Championship Series, and Battlefield 1 has Incursions, which is a brand new game mode which is in alpha at the moment. The closest game that EA have which has eSports to Battlefront 2 is Battlefield 1. Now Battlefield 1's Incursions is a 5v5 competitive multiplayer mode which focuses on team play and close quarter combat. 3 flags must be captured on the map, but before the game even starts, teams have to draft into different styles of kit. These include Assault, Trench Surgeon, Vehicle Operator and a few more. Vehicle operators are the style of kit which can use armoured cars and small tanks. This is quite a unique thing when it comes to competitive esports, especially in the first-person shooter genre. In the first-person shooter genre, the main game for competitive is Call of Duty, and as we all know, Call of Duty hasn't really had any vehicles involved in the game for quite a long time, and especially not in competitive. In Call of Duty there are a handful of game modes which are used in a playlist and played on a variety of maps, compared to Battlefield 1, which at the moment only has the Incursions game mode, which looks like one game mode played on a variety of maps. For me personally, I would like to see a few game modes involved in competitive esports for Star Wars Battlefront 2 rather than just one. And then of course the handful of competitive game modes could be played on a variety of smaller maps. Speaking of smaller maps and smaller game modes, the original Star Wars Battlefront by EA and DICE had a few game modes which were great for team play and close quarter combat, like Droid Run, Cargo and Drop Zone. These 3 game modes would have made for great competitive game modes, which is why I ran competitions on those game modes a long time ago. With EA bringing competitive esports to more of their games as time goes by, could we see Battlefront 2 have a competitive multiplayer game mode / playlist or esports tournaments after the game's launch? I would love to think so. Like I've said already, EA are bringing competitive esports to more of their games, and I feel like Star Wars Battlefront 2 could be a great game for esports. If Star Wars Battlefront 2 was going to have esports or a competitive game mode / playlist, would you like to see a handful of close quarter combat game modes in Star Wars Battlefront 2, so teams have to play each other over a variety of maps and modes, or would you prefer one mode like Battlefield 1 Incursions, which teams play over a couple of times on different maps? Also, if Battlefront 2 was going to have esports, would you like to see heroes involved in these competitive esports game modes? For me personally, I feel like heroes could be a great addition to a competitive mode in Star Wars Battlefront 2, especially since in Battlefront 2, heroes don't have as much health as they did in the first Battlefront game, so it wouldn't be like whichever side got a hero first would win the game. The hero would just add a bit of an advantage for the team with the hero, as long as they played together rather than as individuals. Also, if Battlefront 2 was going to have competitive esports, would you like to see ground-based vehicles involved as well, like they are going to be in Battlefield 1 Incursions? Speaking of vehicles in general, would you like to see Battlefront 2 space maps and space game modes included in competitive esports, or do you think that they should stick to on-the-ground modes and maps for esports if it was to come to Battlefront 2? Another major question would be, would these competitive game modes be stuck to first person or third person only, or would you still be allowed to switch between first person and third person? Because as all Star Wars Battlefront players know, third person has a lot more advantages over first person when it comes to combat. For example, if you're playing in third person, you can look around corners compared to someone playing in first person who has to just purely see forward. because in third person you can look over the shoulder of your player, so you can see anyone running towards you before they even know that you are there. Like I said at the start of this video, let me know down in the comment section below if you would like to see esports in Star Wars Battlefront 2, and if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to smash a like on it. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to join the Aurora Alliance and be kept up to date with all things Star Wars Battlefront 2 and other Star Wars games. Other than that, may the Force be with you.